Welcome to Living Life on Purpose, a weekly meditation journey designed to help you discover and walk in the purpose God has for your life. Thank you for joining us in today's episode. Here is Dr. Perkins.
Blessings, my brothers and sisters, and welcome to Living Life on Purpose. Today, I want to talk about living with purpose daily. See, time is one of the greatest gifts God has entrusted to us. Unlike money, we cannot earn more time. Unlike possessions, we cannot replace time once it's gone. Time moves forward steadily and without apology. And so if we're going to live life on purpose, we must first recognize that time must be stewarded with care, with wisdom and intentionality. Psalm 90, verse 12 reminds us, "Teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom." In this one short verse, we're given a key to living a meaningful, impactful, and purpose-driven life. The psalmist, in a prayer to God, recognizes that living wisely begins with an awareness of the brevity of life and the preciousness of each moment. And friends, as we reflect on what it means to live life with purpose daily, not just to have a grand life vision for the future, but to practice daily intentional stewardship of the time that God gives to us. See, purposeful living is not accidental. Purposeful living requires planning, awareness, and a commitment to God's call in every moment. Psalm 90 is attributed to Moses, which makes it one of the oldest psalms in the Psalter. In this particular psalm, Moses reflects deeply on the transient nature of human life compared to the eternal majesty of God. Moses says, "From everlasting to everlasting, you are God." That's in Psalm 90, verse 2. Yet he acknowledges that humanity returns to dust. Moses' life was filled with lessons about the importance of time, from the palace of Pharaoh to the wilderness of Midian, from leading the Israelites out of Egypt to wandering for 40 years in the desert. Moses understood that wasted time often came at a high cost. And in verse 12, his prayer is pointed. Moses says, "Teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom." This particular phrase, "number our days," is rich with meaning. It suggests more than simply counting how many days we have lived. This phrase points us to a deeper attentiveness and intentional reckoning with the value of each day. It is an admission that our time is finite, and that if we are not careful, we will squander the opportunities that God places before us. The second phrase, "to gain a heart of wisdom," means more than having knowledge. Matter of fact, my brothers and sisters, in Hebrew understanding, the heart was the seat of the will, emotion, and intellect. A wise heart does not merely know facts. A wise heart knows how to live rightly before God and before others. See, Moses is praying essentially, "God, help us to live so aware of our fleeting days that we walk with wisdom, honor, and purpose in every moment." And isn't that what we need, especially today? See, with the distractions of technology, the busyness of work, the demands of family, and the endless pull of entertainment, it is rather easy to drift through life, to drift through without intentionality. We risk arriving at the end of our lives wondering where the time went and what we did with what time God has given to us. Psalm 90:12 is a call back to awareness. It is a call back to purpose, a call back to wise, intentional living each and every day. And if we are to take Moses' prayer seriously, that what might it look like to live life with purpose daily? I want to drop these nuggets on you if that's okay. First, start each day with God. See, when we rise in the morning, before reaching for our phones, before diving into emails, we ought to turn our attention to the one who gave us another day. A simple prayer like, Lord, guide me today. Help me to use my time wisely for your glory. That simple prayer can shift our focus immediately towards intentional living. Start your day with God. But secondly, prioritize what matters most. The reality is, my brothers and sisters, not everything is of equal importance. Some tasks, some conversations, some relationships, these must be prioritized because they have eternal significance. See, living with purpose daily means discerning the difference between what is urgent and what is truly important. Sometimes that may mean saying no to lesser things so that we may say yes to what truly matters. Thirdly, if you're going to live life intentionally on purpose every day, then you must invest in relationships. See, we are not created to live in isolation. Part of living with purpose is being present with the people God has placed in our lives. Whether it's making time for family, encouraging a coworker, or mentoring a young person in faith, every investment in relationship carries an eternal weight. Invest in relationships. Fourthly, pursue God's calling today, not someday. See, many of us delay obedience to God's call because we are waiting for the right time. But God's purpose for life is not just in some distant future. It is active now. There are acts of kindness to perform, injustices to address, ministries to serve in, and souls to reach today. So, friends, living with purpose daily means recognizing that today is a part of the divine assignment. And finally, reflect and adjust often. At the end of each day, it's powerful to take a few minutes to reflect. How did I use the time that God gave me today? Did I honor God in my conversations, in my decisions, in my actions? See, reflection breeds awareness, and awareness breeds growth. Can I say that again? Reflection breeds awareness, and awareness breeds growth. See, purposeful living is not about achieving perfection. It is about faithfully showing up each day, faithfully learning, adjusting, and moving forward with God's help. And so my prayer for you is that you seek wisdom to live each moment purposefully. My prayer for you is that each and every day you wake up is a gift from God, a fresh opportunity to live with intention, to make a difference, and to walk in purpose. Can I encourage you? Don't waste your time on things that do not matter. Don't get distracted by what is trivial or temporary. Instead, invest your energy, your talent, and your heart into what is eternal. Ask God daily to teach you to number your days, to live with an awareness that life is precious and fleeting. Let your heart beat in rhythm with God's will. My prayer is that you start each day with God, that you prioritize what truly matters, that you invest deeply in relationships that God has entrusted to you, and that you walk boldly in the calling that God has placed on your life. I feel deep in my spirit to encourage somebody, to remind you that you are not here by accident, that you're here for a purpose, to live with passion, to live with praise, and to live with power. So today and every day, live wisely, live fully, live purposefully, and trust that as you do that, that God will be glorified through every moment that you steward well. You have what you need to live with purpose. So right now, my sisters and brothers, walk in that purpose. God bless you, and may God continue to keep you in this season of your life. Continue to live on purpose.
Thank you for joining us for this week's meditation on living life on purpose with Dr. Carlos Perkins. As you reflect on today's message, remember that God's purpose for your life is intentional and powerful, meant to bring Him glory and fill your life with meaning. If this meditation blessed you, we invite you to share it with your friends and family on social media. You never know who might be encouraged or inspired by God's Word. Be sure to join us next week as we continue this journey of discovering and living with divine purpose.